Hey everyone, Rikochee here today. I'm going to talk today about something that's really important for all of us, especially America and the direction this country's headed. Some of you may know some of this, some of you probably don't, but the Democratic Party has publicly made known that they are now the Socialist Progressive Party, as they call it, which doesn't mean any different than being a communist. That's exactly what their agenda is. It's a Marxist, fascist type progressive takeover of America. And what I want to stress to you today is that this is not about something that just happened in the last 2.5 years. This has been being set up for decades. Literally, I'm not going to get into a lot of details about it, but literally for about 60 years this has been in the process of happening since the Vietnam War and before. And the Democratic Party they are trying to do something step by step in a way that changes our country and changes the foundational principles that this country was founded on some 200 years ago. I'm going to give you 3 things that they're doing right now that they have to complete, and they have to ensure that these happen to be able to take over the country into socialist agenda. And it's scary, but it's true. Before I talk about those 3 things, I want to talk about the foundation of our country a little bit. A lot of people, they don't really know this, and they should. Especially about the First and Second Amendment. When our country was fighting for its freedom to begin and to establish this country, they were fighting against the British. And when they came here and they continued their fight for freedom, and they wrote the Constitution, they wrote the Declaration of Independence. When they were fighting and they came to America and started this great nation, they had founding principles. And the number one founding principle was God. I'm a believer in God. I think most of you are. The Christian nation certainly is. But their whole principle for writing the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the amendments, all of that was to protect themselves and the people of America from a tyrannical government. And a lot of people don't understand what they were fighting against. They were being, just like, it's the same as it is today. Taxation, unfair, all kinds of things that they were fighting against the British for to establish their own freedom. So they wrote these documents in an effort to not only project what they believed in, but to set the foundation for this country. And the First and Second Amendments are important parts of that. I want to talk about the Second Amendment because I truly am a gun owner, and I totally believe in the rights for the citizens to bear arms as given by the Constitution. And a lot of people don't know this. But let's go back to 1776, and let's talk about those men that were fighting for our independence and for our freedom. They wrote these constitutional amendments in the Constitution of the United States for one specific purpose, and it was to protect themselves, the people, we the people, from the government. That's why the Second Amendment was written. And for you that don't know this, the weapons that they had, they were owners of weapons, and the weapons that they owned were the same as the military. Exactly the same. There was no difference. And the reason that they had those weapons was in case the government, at some point in time, became a tyrant against the people, we the people. The way the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence is written is that we the people are supposed to control our government. And I don't need to tell you that that's out of control. It's no longer that way. We have a Marxist party that is now, used to be the Democratic Party, which is no longer the Democratic Party. Make no mistake about that. They'll tell you it's the same. It's not. They have openly confessed that they are now on the socialist platform. So all of this planning for 60 years, Obama being a great part of all of this to destroy America, he had an agenda. And when their agenda to elect Hillary Clinton as president of the United States failed, when that happened, all hell broke loose in the Democratic Party. They absolutely cannot stand the fact that Donald J. Trump is sitting in the president's seat. And that's sad. They have not got over it. They're not going to get over it. It is a dogfight, and it's going to remain that way until the 2020 election. Now, I want to talk about the three things that I mentioned when I started this broadcast. The first thing that they have to change to be able to bring socialism into America is change the Constitution and eliminate it. And as most of you know, they're working diligently to do that, especially on the First and Second Amendments. They want to strike them completely off the record. So you don't have the right to do what I'm doing right now and talk to you and to say what I believe with the freedom of speech. And you don't have the right to own a gun and to protect your family from anything that might be deemed dangerous by you or a threat to your life. That's the American way. That's the way this country was founded. There is no excuse. There is no substance to their demands to get rid of the Constitution. They're doing it in an effort to bring their Marxist, fascist laws and rules into this country. And if we let them do that, that's the first step. The second step is Christianity. Like I said, Christianity is a big thing in the United States. And I want to go back again to the founding documents. There's all kinds of language in those documents which talk about God. And in God we trust. It's on our money. The Democrats, I don't know if you know this, just recently passed a bill to remove the saying when you are sworn in as a witness before Congress and you go in there and you put your hand on the Bible and you swear, it is no longer required for you to say, "So help me God." Now, I don't know about you, but I'm appalled by that very thing. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the rest of the Democrats are doing everything they can to dispose of all the references to God in the Democratic House of Representatives. They've already made all kinds of laws that you don't even know about that are actually doing that. In other words, they don't want God, they don't want Christianity, they don't want anything that has to do with what this country was founded on to be part of our nation. And that's not going to work. The Christians, the patriots of America are going to have to stand up, and we may go back full circle. I don't know. I mean, I can't predict that, but I really believe, honestly, that if I'm saying this is my personal opinion, but I really believe that if Trump is not reelected in 2020 for any reason, which it'll probably, if there is a reason he's not, it will be fraud, voter fraud. But if he's not, I honestly believe that the American people are going to respond to that and revolt, and there will be a revolution. And just for the record, I'm going to be at the front of the line. I don't like what's going on in this country, and I took an oath when I was 18, back in the days of Vietnam, to protect this country, and I meant it, and I still mean it. And I will die and take my last breath defending this country, because that's how much I love it and how much I believe in it. The third thing that they're doing is that they have to do before they can take over this country is they have to change the fundamental character of America. And what I mean by that is we have our certain beliefs, we have our certain ideas of what this country looks like from the picture that the forefathers painted for us. We know what it's supposed to be. We know how it's supposed to operate. And yet, somehow, over these years, the socialists have put in laws that we know nothing about. They put in spies. They put in candidates, Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Linda Salazar, Muslims. I'm not against a Muslim if they're not a jihadist, but these three women are certainly proven and known to be tied to religious organizations that support terrorism. I think that is absolutely a disgrace to every American man and woman who served in the military and also the citizens of the United States of America. This is our Congress. Those people are going in there and they want to swear in on a Bible. They want to swear in on their Quran, which tells them, since they were 2 years old, over 61 times in print, to kill the infidels. And you and I, well, if you're a white person, you're an infidel. If you live in America and you're a white person, you're an infidel. If you wear a Make America Trump Great hat, you're an infidel. So that's what their war is against. I'm sorry. It's against the people of America who are patriots and citizens. They want to take our country away from us. Now, I've got a lot of questions, but I guess one of the most important one is, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit here and take it, or are we going to stand up and fight for our rights? That's the question I want to leave you today. I want you to think about that. What are you personally going to do about it? Are you going to stand up and fight? Are you going to take a stand? Or are you going to sit in your recliner, have a few beers, and just let somebody else take care of it? It's not going to work. Every single person, listen to me, every single person that is of age to vote needs to vote in this 2020 election to give Trump a landslide victory and also take back the House of Representatives in every state, in every location for this 2020 election. Now, you can be a part of that. So, here's my closing statement. We have a Trump 2020 Facebook group. We'd like for you to be part of that. I'm putting the address below here so you can go to that site and join. All you have to do is answer 2 simple questions, and you'll become a member of a group that loves Trump, that loves America, and we're all patriots fighting for Trump to be reelected in 2020. So I'm asking you today to be part of that, okay? Come aboard and help us do what we need to do for this country to save America. So until we meet again, God bless you. God bless our President and First Lady. God bless our military. And today's Memorial Day. And I salute every one of you patriots, every one of you veterans and families, and thank you for your service to this country. God bless America.